Oh, I love the British summertime. The fans are queuing up, the players are warming up, everybody was ready for tennis. And then the rain came. Welcome to Sportsround. Live. Good morning, thanks so much for joining us for the show. I'm really wishing now that I'd put on some kind of rain mac or something. I can't believe this. My first day at Wimbledon this year, and just take a look at the weather. Anyway, I'm still dead excited because we're not just at Wimbledon. Here we are at centre court. But look at this. The rain covers are on. Play was due to start here in just about an hour. We think that's going to be a little bit delayed now, but it doesn't matter because we are still live from Wimbledon and we have got a jam-packed show coming your way today. And before long, this court's going to be pretty jam-packed as well, as the best tennis stars in the world take to the courts today. Here's what's in store for today's Sports Round Wimbledon special. What does it take to be the best? 5 top tips from 5 top players. Lizzie goes tennis talent spotting to find Britain's next big stars. And he's the best tennis player in the country. We've got his signed shirt, and you could win it. There you have a look. Here it is, our signed Andy Murray shirt. And I'm having to keep this very closely guarded because look around, there's a few eagle-eyed tennis fans who've got their eye on this shirt, and if I don't keep my eye on it, it might just disappear. So make sure you stick around for you to win this a little bit later on. Now, have you seen much tennis so far this week? If not, let me quickly recap what happened. Andy Murray never even got going because of injury. The whole country then went Henman mad, and slowly but surely every single one of the Brits fell by the wayside. Just in case you didn't see all of that, here's my very own extra special Sports Round guide to week 1 of Wimbledon 2007. Day 1, and first up on court was the rain, followed by the rain, and then a bit more rain, before we finally saw some tennis. Last year's champion Roger Federer breezed his way through the first round, while Britain's big hope Tim Henman started a cracking game that went on and on and on, until day 2, when he finally beat Carlos Moya. Meanwhile, fellow Brit Katie O'Brien also made it through, so day 2 and 2 good wins for the Brits. On day 3, Tim was back on centre court, this time against Feliciano Lopez, for all of 6 minutes before, you guessed it, the rain was back. Earlier in the day, America's Serena Williams managed to beat the weather and a tough opponent to win her match in 3 sets. Day 4. Serena's big sister Venus joined her in the 3rd round, along with Maria Sharapova and last year's women's champion Amelie Mauresmo. Over in the men's event, French Open champion Rafael Nadal had an easy win, and big hitter Roger Federer cruised to victory again. But there was bad news for Tim Henman. He ended up losing his match, and he's out of Wimbledon for another year. Yesterday, day 5, and this year's favourite for the women's title, Justine Anand, booked her place in the 4th round along with Serena Williams, while world #1 Roger Federer beat Marat Safin. And there might be no Andy, but his brother Jamie Murray fights on. He's through in the doubles. So that's week 1. Lots of fans, lots of tennis, and lots of rain. Well, you know what? Despite the rain, it's been a great first week here at Wimbledon, and keep on watching because there's a whole lot more tennis to come. But don't be shy. Come here. Come a bit closer because normally you never get to see under here. Have a look at this. This is centre court at Wimbledon with the rain covers on. This is where the players will be taken to this afternoon, the most famous tennis court in the world. And I've broken all the rules by sneaking under the rain cover. And I tell you, this is a pretty impressive structure. I keep on worrying that at any minute it's kind of claps down on me or something. But this is what keeps the court nicely dry. So when the players finally take to the court this afternoon, the play is just perfect. And there's some big name players going to be on here today. Amelie Mauresmo, the current defending women's champion, she's first up on court. Then you can add to that the likes of Rafael Nadal and Leighton Hewitt. It's another big day for the fans down here at Wimbledon, and I tell you something, it needs to be, because some of those fans, they don't half work hard to get a ticket for Wimbledon. I arrived here about 8 o'clock this morning, and already the queue was miles long. People, quite unbelievably, wearing shorts and t-shirt and holding umbrellas. Only in Britain could that happen, and these people really deserve to see some tennis today. And earlier on, Lizzie caught up with some of those hardy souls, and I'm surprised she didn't take them a cup of tea because they look quite cold.
Do you know what, Jake? Forget tennis. I've got a new sport for you. It's called endurance queuing, and I reckon the hundreds of people here at Wimbledon that have queued up in the rain this morning deserve sporting medals. I've got 2 fans here. Tell me, how long have you been queuing this morning?
About 2 hours.
2 hours? What about you?
2 hours and a few minutes.
And what is it that makes you want to spend your Saturday morning standing in the rain here at Wimbledon?
Because I play tennis and it's really good.
Why is Wimbledon so special, do you think?
Because you can see lots of famous players and you can watch them.
Well, hopefully, if it doesn't rain all day. And is there anyone in particular you're looking forward to watching today?
Sharapova.
Sharapova, Maria Sharapova. What about you? Anyone that you like watching play tennis?
Roddick. And
Andy Roddick, okay. And why do you like Sharapova so much?
because she looks nice and she's a really good player.
She does look nice. I think we'd all like to look like Maria Sharapova, actually. And how do you while away the time while you're standing in these queues in the rain?
You have to think of something to do or to play or find something on the floor.
Okay, find something on the floor. Well, that sounds like a good game. Let's hope you guys do get to watch some tennis today. Back to you, Jake.
You know what, I say good on them. Those are real tennis fans, just like Dylan here. Me and Dylan, pretty brave, neither of us with an umbrella. Are you glad that you're here, sitting in the rain, waiting for play to begin?
Yes.
Good, and you're a massive tennis fan. Tell me about that.
I really love tennis. My favourite player is Nadal, and
You love him, so you're willing to sit in the rain for a few hours until he takes to the court today, right?
yeah.
OK, and when you watch Wimbledon on the telly, does it get you even more excited and make you go and play tennis loads with your friends, right?
Yeah,
Well,
because I want to be like the players.
Of course you do, and I'm exactly the same. But what happens is I watch the players, I think I'm the new Roger Federer, I go out on court and I'm rubbish. That's why I need a few tips from the best. Would you like a few tips from some of the best players, including 3 former Wimbledon champions?
Yeah.
Good, well then look right here, Dylan, watch this.
If you believe in yourself, then you can do anything. Like if you look at me, and I played in Australia, no one believed in me except for me, and I went on to win the Grand Slam, and that's what it all takes. It takes self-belief, because if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will.
Hard work is one reason why I've been able to get to where I got to, and especially as a young kid growing up, I always understood that you had to put in the hard work for the rewards to pay off later on in life and in your career as a tennis player as well. And, you know, never taking those shortcuts, always, every time you step on the practice court, giving 100%.
Hunger is a very big word, especially when you're, on a daily basis, you're waking up and you're going to that practice court. If you don't want it yourself, then it's never really gonna come to you that easy. It's all about having that hunger within yourself rather than other people telling you to have it.
Fitness is the most important thing in any sport, and fitness is what every single athlete needs to get to the top of the game.
I'm so lucky that this has always been my hobby. I've never viewed it as a real job, so if there's any youngsters out there and they're thinking about giving it a try, then yeah, pick up a racket, hit it as hard as you can and enjoy it.
Very handy for both me and Dylan there, picking up some tips from the greats. Now, obviously, as you can see, the rain has really started to pour down, but don't let that dampen your spirits, because have a look what I'm holding. This is it, a signed Andy Murray shirt, and I'm about to give you a chance to win it, OK? All you have to do is answer a really simple sports round question via the text. Get your mobile phones at the ready, because here it comes, OK? Andy Murray didn't take part in this year's Wimbledon because he injured a part of his body, but what part of his body did he injure, OK? Grab your phones and text us on 62222 and tell us, was it his ankle, was it his wrist, or was it his knee? Text SR and then your answer, so SR at ankle, wrist or knee, to 62222. Make sure you get the bill payer's permission. Text the charge at standard operator rates. All the details, of course, can be found on the website, and the lines close at 1 o'clock today, so if you text us after 1 o'clock, you will be charged, but your text won't count. Good luck, and we'll announce the winner of this shirt a little bit later on today, but right now I'm going to give that to my security guard just there to make sure that none of this lot get their hands on it. Right, now, while the rain continues to pour down on my head, this is lovely. You might be sat at home thinking, I really like tennis, but I'm not willing to go and sit in the rain at Wimbledon to watch some sport. Well, worry not, because courtesy of the Sportsround 3 to see, there's loads of other stuff coming your way this weekend. At 3, it's time to saddle up. Fans of horsing around will want to tune into BBC 2 at 2 o'clock on Sunday to see all the action from Hickstead. Juniors and adults will be putting horses and ponies through their paces. At Lap 2, it's cricket, and England take on the West Indies in a one-day international at Lord's tomorrow. New England captain Paul Collingwood will want to bag another win after England beat the West Indies in a 2020 match yesterday. But at 1, will Lewis Hamilton make it a hat-trick of Grand Prix wins? He's leading the Formula One World Championship in his very first season and will be hoping his amazing run continues at the French Grand Prix this weekend. Good luck, Lewis. Another top weekend for sport. None of you guys fancy lending me an umbrella, do you? Oh, lovely. Look at that, my very own Paisley umbrella. It's a good job the tennis fans are nice and friendly here at Wimbledon because the weather ain't great. But lucky Lizzie, once again, she manages to sneak off and stay somewhere nice and warm. Look at me, out here, the other side of the glass, Lizzie, and there you are, having a lovely time in the warm.
I can't believe you've nicked that woman's umbrella, Jake. You are outrageous. Here I am, nice and warm in the BBC commentary box, and guess who I found? A BBC commentator, not just anyone. Look at Jake. This is Virginia Wade, the last Briton to win a Wimbledon title here at Wimbledon. Wouldn't be great if this year, Virginia, you were doing some commentating a bit like this. Take it away.
The determination, athleticism and sheer skill have given us a new British women's champion.
Oh, fantastic. Wouldn't it be great? But sadly, I don't think it's going to be happening for maybe a little while. But the sports bosses, go away, Jake. The people in charge of British tennis are trying to change all that. They've been doing some serious star spotting. And I've been down to their fantastic new National Tennis Centre just down the road from here to check out what we at Sportsround have been calling the T Factor. OK, it's not really like the X Factor. There are no scary judges or cues of bad singers. Just 25 of the best young girl tennis players in the UK and a team of dedicated coaches. It's the start of the day. Everyone's just a little bit nervous. All of these kids have been spotted at tennis clubs up and down the country. And today is their one and only chance to prove that they're good enough to go on and be top British tennis stars.
I'm going to push myself a lot harder than I usually do. You just have to work your hardest and hope that you'll be picked. I really want to be in Wimbledon. I really want to be #1.
But before they even get to pick up one of these, first they have to undergo a series of fitness tests. What is it that you see in a young kid that you think that could be the next Andy Murray?
First of all, you can clearly see a difference between the very, very good ones and all the other ones who are good ones. But there's also a mentality, there's also spirit. Do they want to win? Do they cope with when they lose a point? And also, you know, how quick are they? Because being quick and being agile is key in these days.
Any potential Wimbledon winners here yet?
I think the important thing is that we've got some players here that have got the potential to become very, very good.
How's it going?
I think if I wasn't so tired, then I could put more oomph into the tennis. My feet are just killing me. Everyone was trying the hardest, so it's quite tough.
Well, it's the end of a long day's talent spotting here at the National Tennis Centre. The players, they get to have a well-earned rest, while the coaches get together to discuss which of these young girls they think has the best chance of making it to the top. Jake, do you reckon if we started that young, I'd be like an international hockey star, you'd be a Norwich City striker?
No, I really don't think so. Not even starting at 1 year old. Right, that's it for Sports Round for now. Do you know what? The rain is coming down. All of the hardy tennis fans are here. Will we let the rain put us off? No! Of course we won't. Make sure you stick with BBC 2 for more tennis. Children's programmes continue over on the CBBC channel. Shall we just sit down and wait for the tennis?
So wet, Jake.
Bye.
I'll go home.